had been at the zoo, and Joe invited him and his entourage to join us. A couple of other people tagged along too. When we walked in the door, everyone stopped eating and turned to watch us. We sat at a large, round table at the back of the restaurant and ordered platters of enchiladas and giant cups of Coke. The mood was festive. Even when the conversation turned to the topic of Joe's number one enemy, Carole Baskin. Someone asked Joe about a lawsuit Carole had launched against him.
I'm trying to sue you for everything. Huh?
Joe explained that Carole had sued him for $1 million, all over what he said was just a harmless prank.
But was it worth it? Is the question. It wasn't worth it?
Joe got a funny look in his eyes. He said, "Oh yeah, it's going to be worth it."
I bought a white AR-15 for that special occasion.
Go find her.
Joe was seated next to a young woman with long, glossy black hair who kept egging him on.
Don't you want to make for supper? Like, just want to...
No, dude, I want it over in a hurry. Bam! Right between the eyes.
Bam! Right between the eyes.
I used to never fantasize about somebody's brains are lost.
I used to never fantasize about someone's brains on a wall. Oddly, Joe didn't seem to care that a reporter was sitting right across the table from him.
That's on the record.
That's on the record.
Just look at it this way. When they read about me in the funny papers, you have first hand on the exclusive story afterwards.
Joe, just getting so crazy.
She has drove me to that.
She has drove me to that point. At the restaurant that night, I figured all this talk of guns and brains on the wall, it was part of the Joe Exotic act. No one seemed to be taking it that seriously. But I wondered, did Carole Baskin? So I went to Tampa.
There is nothing on this planet that is more wicked than a bobcat. And I love them for that. They can go from purring and cuddly to just wanting to kill you in the flash of an eye.
This season on Joe Exotic.
I am hell-bent on proving she killed her husband.
She warned me about the place. It's a very much a Jim Jones experience.
Come after me and let's get this over with, face to face. I don't care if it has to happen on Jerry Springer, in a federal courtroom, or in a back pasture, but your days are numbered.
Blood was spurting out of his temple like someone had a super soaker in his head and was shooting it out.
And a couple other guys came running out and going, "Call the police. He burned it down. He got $20,000 from Carole Baskin. We know."
You really got to call me back. He was actually talking about paying someone to kill you. He tried to get me to do it.
From Wondery, this is episode 1 of 6 of Joe Exotic, a story about two people who want to save animals and destroy each other. To listen to all 6 episodes ad-free, go to Wondery Plus. That's Wondery.com/PLUS. If you'd like to help us spread the word, please give us a 5-star review and tell your friends to subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, and every major listening app, as well as Wondery.com. If you're listening on a smartphone, tap or swipe over the cover art of this podcast. You'll find the episode notes, including some details you may have missed. You'll also find some offers from our sponsors. Supporting them helps us offer our shows for free. And thank you. Joe Exotic was written and reported by me, Robert Moore. Associate producer is Chris Siegel. Story editor is Josh Block. Produced by Heather Schruring. Sound design by Jeff Schmidt. Executive produced by George Lavender, Marsha Louie, and Hernan Lopez for Wondery.
Hi, Wondery listeners. If you've ever wanted to listen to the best episodes of your favorite Wondery podcasts all in one place, well, now you can. Introducing The Best of Wondery, The Best of Wondery is a new podcast that features standalone, full-length episodes of some of the most captivating, compelling, and exciting stories from all of Wondery's originals, including Dr. Death, Business Wars, Life is Short with Justin Long, American History Tellers, The Shrink Next Door, and many more. To hear your favorite shows all in one place, search for The Best of Wondery on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite listening app.